Hey guys, it's the Metal Blade 5, and welcome to my Let's Play of Kirby Star Allies! So it has been a long time since I last did a Kirby game, and even longer when you consider the normal gameplay style, considering the last one I did was Epic Yarn. But now I think since again I've been doing so many games as continuations of things that I've been meaning to continue for a long time, I think it's time I went back to classic Kirby style. Now, I had always sort of hoped to do Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot because I really like those games, and I kind of see those as continuations of Adventure Wii, which was the last classic-style Kirby game I did, that was so many years ago now. But, well, you know, those are 3DS games, and as I've said countless times, I don't have a way of really recording 3DS games, just because of the whole situation with 3DS capture cards in Europe. Let alone in America, since I think the guy that did that actually stopped it. But enough with the chit-chat here, we're getting into Star Allies, and this is a game that I've talked a little bit about before, but never really actually, recorded myself playing before. But it's a game that I quite like, and find a bit underrated. But, I'll explain a bit more of that as we go into this, with this new file! And, oh great, they're gonna tell me about the update, which happened ages ago. So literally going through every single update notification at once there that I had to cut out because that's gonna spoil some things that we've seen later. Not like the title screen already kind of spoiled some of that. We only really have story mode to get into right off the bat, and of course more things are gonna show up later on. So, let's go right into this. World of Peace, Dreamland. A disaster of catastrophic proportions has befallen this once peaceful land. King Dedede has stolen all of the food for himself! The nerve of that guy! Now it is up to Kirby to save the day with a new group of friends in Green Gardens. Kirby inhales everything he can! Press B to make Kirby inhale enemies! Of course, typical Kirby fashion, press A to jump, B to inhale everything, and B again to shoot it out. And so right now, we do not have the traditional Kirby fashion of, well, we get it right now. Copy abilities, the first one being Sword, which allows me now to cut the grass. Inhale enemies for abilities, yes, inhale an enemy with an ability and then swallow it down to get the copy ability. Now I shall traffic human organs! About friend hearts! Throw a friend heart of X to make a friend! Use friend hearts to make friends! To make friends of an enemy that has an ability, press X to throw a heart at it. Star Allies' new feature is that you can make friends with your enemies and they shall fight alongside you! And you just add them like that, like we did with Sir Kibble there. As it just said, you can only use this on enemies that would give Kirby a copy ability if he swallows them. So, of course, we start off with just Poppy Bros Jr., who would normally give you the bomb ability. And now we also have Sir Kibble, who will give you the cutter ability. I will still try to go over the copy abilities on their own, and the allies, I should say, do have the exact same moveset that normal copy ability would give Kirby anyway. But you know. And with just luck, we needed exactly 2 people to pull down that switch, and thankfully the AI in this game is quite fast. Collect point stars. Collect 100 point stars, get a 1-up, which gives you an extra Kirby, or, you know, an extra life, as I think any other person would say. Damn you, Blade Knight, whatever. I can have up to 4 friends, but I was saving it specifically for this guy. Get fire from a friend. Make a friend and then tilt the control stick up. And obviously another new feature as we add Burning Leo here is that you can combine abilities! Sizzle Sword. Now my sword has fire properties. This is pretty similar to what was sort of done in Kirby 64, where you could fuse copy abilities there, but this one's a little bit more of a simplified version of that. It's more like you can merge an ability that has a weapon with an element. That's the most common case, it's not every single case, and not every single copy ability can be merged together. Again, it's pretty much more streamlined because Kirby 64 kind of suffered from not having that many copy abilities at the cost of the whole weapon copy ability merging thing. Raise your weapon up like that just to do the shit that I just did before. I wasn't even paying attention that time. And then we head on, and I'm kind of using the same attack, which I really shouldn't do. Try to mix it up because we've got entire movesets here. Of course, you need Sizzle Sword or just any sort of like weapon with fire on it to activate these bombs. And oddly enough, those bombs do not actually hurt you when they explode. You think they would, but I can literally just demonstrate this right now as we go down here. There. I was perfectly fine. The only thing that hurt me was the damn Cappy. And yeah, you may have noticed these puzzle pieces. There is a reason for that. Ooh. What'll do? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna add you. He would normally give you Beam, and yeah, once you have 4 friends, you have to get rid of one of them. I have to sacrifice one of them. I think it looks best in yellow. Sorry. So, head onward. I wanted to keep Sizzle Sword, though, for our first mini-boss, Mr. Frosty. As you guess from his name, he is ice, and there are somewhat of elemental weaknesses for certain bosses in this game. Of course, Mr. Frosty is weak to fire. And now I can hail him to get ice, and I drop my copy ability with minus. Ice, of course, freezes enemies, turning them into big-ass ice cubes that you can use to push alongside. And of course, very similar to what you could do in Adventure Wii is once you pick up health recovery, you can sort of kiss each other in order to give health to your allies. Now over here, Burning Leo's going to react to the fact that we need to cut down the fire. We get a big puzzle piece. This is kind of like the main collectible of this game. And yes, there is one in every level, and I'll be aiming to get all of them. And I did not mean to inhale you. And now we need 4 people to pull down this switch. And once we collect all this crazy shit, we are already at the end of the level. So for the bonus games this time around, it is very similar to the original Kirby's Adventure. Got 1 trampoline, and oh my god, I actually did it right. Gotta press A at the bottom part of the spring in motion. And then once it's purple, that means you've done it right. I just wanted to let them do the full dance, because that's what you get when you get the #1 reward. This is what the puzzle pieces are for. They unlock little images once you get a bunch of them, although it takes forever to kind of unlock one of them. Because as you can see, puzzles can go to multiple pieces, well, multiple pictures, I mean, not just one, and the big puzzle pieces unlock pictures within the pink areas that you would not be able to do otherwise. Add various effects to your weapons, like I said before. You can add fire, ice, electricity, and also water, but it does not mention water in there. I guess because of what we're going to expect in this next level, Donut Dome, which of course I am going to do right now. You may have also noticed that there's something else on the screen when it mentions the collectibles, and we shall go into that very shortly. So, beginning off this level, we have another, well, a completely new enemy, actually. This is a... If I can actually hit them with the damn heart! This is a Dribbly. These guys would normally give you water, which of course makes a return in this game from Adventure Wii. But again, I've barely really gotten to show off ice, so I'm just kind of gonna keep it for now. And of course, you got Kirby's normal sliding attack there, which you can do even when he doesn't have a copy ability, and wow, that was impressive, Dribbly. Okay. So, something that I actually kind of meant to talk about with the AI earlier is that one thing which I have not really seen anybody share about this game, and oh, by the way, these enemies, they have fire on their shields. That means they are actually weak to ice and water. Okay, moving it back down. So, I actually find the AI in this game to be surprisingly intelligent. Like, the one time I mentioned this before, I had someone say, "What are you talking about? The AI in this game is so bad." But from my experience, I find the AI actually is quite quick to react to whenever it needs to fight, and I feel like they might not be the best at avoiding getting hit, but I still feel like the way they actually fight enemies is quite competent. And again, that little exclamation mark symbol shows when they know that they need to do something. That often comes up, like, really quick, and they, like, I don't know, it's like, it almost feels like they're being played by another human. Granted, a slightly less intelligent human, to be honest, but, you know, I'm still quite impressed with how the AI is, like, programmed in this game. Because they do not feel like a hindrance at all. And then here we go about copy essences. Sometimes there's kind of like the little orbs that would normally give you abilities in past Kirby games. You can throw friend hearts at that to get an enemy there, but also just jump into them to get that copy ability. And speaking of copy abilities, we now have stone, which of course turns Kirby into a stone structure that can then slide down the ground like this. It also has an uppercut, and I think that's really the only move Stone really yeah, that's the... Oh, actually, there's other stuff as well. I only really know Stone for that one freaking thing. But yeah, which is kind of ability why I don't really use it that much. I find it kind of slow. That I can pound in those little pegs with it. And then we can get some more puzzle pieces. And I just realized, I just go from freaking Tropical Freeze, where we have to collect puzzle pieces, to this game where we're back to collecting puzzle pieces. I swear, that was not intentional, and we just slide down, all the way down here, just destroying everything in our way, and then press this button, and now we have, I believe the official names of these, as I've just recently discovered, are Round Trip. Yeah, and they're kind of just spoiling what we're immediately going to get into is the merged abilities for Stone. You can merge Stone with either ice or water for the same effect. To get, in the water case, Splash Curling! Kirby turns into a curling stone, or really any other enemy, because as you saw for the little tutorial as we went into this level, you can also grant these combined copy abilities to your allies as well. Just as long as you have the right matchup. If you did that with ice, that would just still be the same curling, obviously, but it would just have a different name. Okay, so move on. I believe in this very next room is going to be another ability we have not seen yet. If not, then it might be in the room after this, because I know we're getting to it pretty soon. Okay, no, it's a bit later. So I once again need to turn into a curling stone to hit this, which again, the AI reacts very fast to that. It could also be helpful here for destroying these guys. There, just killed them, no problem at all. And yeah, it still seems to be a little bit to go, but... Launch me now, Dribbly! And we're just barely shy. Now I've got to wait for them to get all the way back here. Come on. There, and there's the big puzzle piece. I can just collect it. Friends? I'm gonna switch between friends and allies all the damn time. I just gotta know it now. So, whenever I say friend or ally, I mean the same freaking thing. Is that they can also collect the big puzzle pieces in that, and they do have the little animation, but it doesn't really matter. It just, as long as this is gotten by anybody, it still counts. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Suck up this guy! We get a new ability, Festival! Festival Dance, which is a screen nuke. Kills all enemies on screen and leaves behind stars. But it is only one use. Yeah, I was getting kind of tired of stone anyway. Here's what the other collectible thing was, though. This button. Dream Palace Open! You push the big switch that opens the Dream Palace on the world map. We shall get into that immediately after this level. And I believe this level doesn't have that much long left to go. I think this is like the penultimate door, actually, if you count the final door as a door. I mean, the door to the end of the level. I'm not even making any sense anymore. There's a Pop Bros Jr., which I can just get bombed with, and I didn't really switch many friends that time, but it doesn't matter. Let's see how we can do on the bonus game this time. I'm usually pretty bad at this bonus game, so I'm amazed I got it on my first... Yeah, I didn't do it. As again, like I said before, purple, if it glows purple, that signifies that you've done it at the perfect time. So I don't get as good of rewards this time, which includes not getting a puzzle piece. I'm not going to focus on trying to get all the images complete, because I haven't even done that on my normal file from my first playthrough of this game, which is probably the main reason why it's only at 96% rather than 100%. Yeah, get bonuses in the goal game. Press A when you reach your lowest point to jump the highest. Alright, we've unlocked Honey Hill, and of course, also, the Dream Palace. I'm going to... You might meet legendary characters! The Dream Palace is now unlocked. I said first I was going to collect these stars in the overworld, and then we shall go to the Dream Palace, which is literally just... Grab the Dream Rod to summon special friends. Welcome to the Dream Palace! This is the Dream Palace. You can meet a dream character here if you use the Dream Rod. Calling Dream Friends. When you grab the Dream Rod, the roulette will start. Press A to call Dream Friends. Although there is a trick to this. If you wait a bit, then the thing goes down so slow that it just goes one by one and you get the exact one you want, which is amazing for doing this in the proper order. Forget you can see all this. Just focus on you.
Bandana Waddle-Dee!
Making his return from giving his more recent stardom, whatever, since Adventure Wii, it's Bandana-Dee! I mean, I know his official name is Bandana Waddle-Dee, but everybody just calls him Bandana-Dee for short anyway. And he's gonna be quite a bit of a help here. So Dream Friends are obviously like very special friends. They're sort of like unique characters in a way. Because, of course, obviously they got different models and everything. Some of them have unique properties once we get to some a bit later. And Bandana-Dee is going to be very helpful because there's going to be many more of his kind in Honey Hill. How to drop a copy ability. You drop it with Y or pressing minus. Usually minus here. Of course, as Bandana-Dee pretty much always is, and oh, that was an ability we'd never seen before in my channel. Just there, and I passed up. Great, but Bandana-Dee obviously is just the same as the Spear Kirby copy ability seen in other games. Let me get this guy. Gim. This guy gives Kirby the Yo-Yo ability, and actually I think Yo-Yo would have been helpful. Oh, thank you, Bandana-Dee. You helped me out a bunch there. Thing is, I'm tempted to get Fire, which is obviously what Burning Leo gives you, but I feel like I've just gotten Bomb. It's just kind of the first time really seeing Bomb. Even though I don't often use Bomb either, but okay. You know what? Now's the time I can get Yo-Yo! And then Burning Leo's gonna come back as the green member. And we can show off another fusion ability. Sizzle Yo-Yo! Yeah, all of the elements give the same basic name, really. So all the fire ones are Sizzle and whatever. So obviously you can either use Dedede's Spear, where yeah, he'll get Sizzle's Spear, or just Yo-Yo and have it go through the wall and hit that fuse to light up the cannon and get that puzzle piece. We're going to see a little bit more of that later on in this level, but Yo-Yo is quite an interesting ability, of course. You shoot out Yo-Yo and it gives you quite a decent range, and there's this one attack here where it's literally called Walking the Dog, and you just have the Yo-Yo slide along the ground and just destroy everything in your path. Walking the Fiery Dog of Death. Well, actually the Hot Dog. It should have been more... would have been a much better joke to actually make. Look for the big switch. Big switches are hidden in stages. Find them to... Hey, spoilers there, game! Okay, this is something you'll often run into in this game. Times where you are separated. And thus, obviously, you're split into teams of 2 and have to work together in order to make it through. Work together more than what you usually do. And of course, I mean, it kind of goes without saying, but... this game obviously has up to 4 players, where the players take the roles of the friends. Although it's a little bit tricky to kind of stay as one friend, because if you have a dream heart, then you kind of get taken out of it, and I think if you touch other essences, you just become that friend, even when you necessarily didn't want to. Yeah, it's a bit weird like that. I kind of wish that was handled a bit better, but we got falling Waddle Dees. Because we got big-ass balls of them now! And they're gonna be the main hazard. Oh, you! Wester! Guy that gives Kirby the whip ability, which obviously just turns him into Indiana Jones. Come on, you... These that give you copy abilities, but not so much the normal ones. I still do not remember what the hell the hog is called. I at least know that you little flying guy is a Bronto Burt. I will always know that, just like with all of these. And we got a giant ball of them! What timing! And this guy's just gonna ride off into his death, but it's great. There's a puzzle piece, or rather, picture piece, as it said in the tutorial. Use hover to take flight. Press A repeatedly while jumping in the air to hover. Which, yes, is one of Kirby's standard abilities that he has infinite jumps. Okay, there's another Gim. And more falling platforms, and there's obviously going to be still more freaking Waddle Dee balls all over the place, but we've got another cannon here. And if I go down, I once again have to hit it through the wall, and now we gotta stop it! Stop kissing each other! Just get in the cannon! There's only room for one, though. But it shall take me to where I need to go! Wow, they were lucky not to get hit by the fireball. Share healing items, or again, just suck your teammates' faces off. You gotta be fast here. Press the switch to stop that ball, then you can grab the key, otherwise it would have been destroyed by the ball, and then it would have fallen to the bottomless pit. And here is the switch after I had to redo the entire level up to this point, because the recording stopped working. Extra stage open. You push the big switch that opens an extra stage on the world map. So, now that it's happened already a few times, just for doing this one episode, I have to explain how I'm going to be recording this whole thing. I hope to kind of save this for a little bit later, but oh god, I have horrible feelings about how this is going to work out in the future. It's already messing up this much just from the first episode. As I explained with Tropical Freeze, I had to record most of that in just 480p. Which didn't look that great, and Tropical Freeze is a pretty good-looking game, so I felt bad, and I felt like it wasn't doing really the game much justice by recording it in that quality. But obviously that was on Wii U. We're now on the Switch! And I think that this game looks really, really good. And like, you saw the opening cutscene. That looked good, and there's some levels in this game that I think look gorgeous. But, well, you know, I didn't want to do this game any less justice either, so I'm recording this in 720p and trying to sort of, like, separate everything into, like, one level, like, one recording per level, and just sort of put that together for the episodes, and there's the big picture piece, by the way. I got to this point, and then start recording again, so then it just had to go to the whole point. I was right at the fucking end as well. But yeah, that's how I'm going to be doing it. That's at least how I hope to keep doing it right now. If it gets really bad, then I might just have to drop it down to the 480p. I've already been looking at trying to get a new capture card. But, business hasn't been doing so great lately, I'll just say that. without mentioning the thing. Okay, so how many picture pieces did I get since I had to redo this? Well, so, like, look, we've already got another one already started now. We get so many picture pieces. And I feel like it honestly would be better if it just focused on one at a time so you could get them done faster, rather than a bunch of them at once. Anyway, regardless of any recording mishaps, I was always intending to end off the episode here as we unlock Fruity Forest and the extra stage, Extra Eclair. The latter of those two is what we're going to be doing next time on Kirby Star Allies. So take care, and I'll see you guys next time.